I needed to find a way out, and I've tried to get out of the sport, like try to get out of coaching. I love the sport.
Why don't you want to coach? You were so good. Why don't you want to coach people anymore?
Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of really interesting bodybuilding updates. The first thing we gotta talk about is this most recent saga drama with Coach Fakhri. So what happened at the latest is something absolutely insane, but to give you a little bit of a backstory, if you guys don't know what happened exactly, Coach Fakhri Mumbarak is one of the more popular coaches, especially in the past, not currently, not so much, but he coached a lot of prominent bodybuilders of today, like Chris Tuttle, like Grace Ternino, so many others, and recently he posted his fake AI transformation. He was caught, of course, people noticed, everybody attacked him online. His defense was that it wasn't a fake transformation, he was just not going to admit what he did, and eventually the latest turn of events is this. So basically what he says today, or one day ago, is that this all was a social experiment. What a bunch of nonsense. This is crazy what he's saying right now. He keeps getting worse and worse. He's sinking lower and lower every single day, and I think today he reached a new low. So this is what he's saying right now. It was a social experiment. It wasn't intentional, and it was obviously AI. And he says, how is someone supposed to lose 80 pounds in 20 weeks and look like that? The point was never to convince anyone it was even real. The first 2 days, it was just to keep the experiment working. I don't want to read the rest of this thing. So he did this as an experiment. He conducted a social experiment on his Instagram page. And after that, interestingly, he also announced that he's officially announcing his retirement from coaching. And then also he says the funniest part is that some of you really thought coaching was how I paid my bills, when I always said it was my passion, not my paycheck. Good luck. An interesting decoration here and how he made this poster right here, probably using ChatGPT or some other AI. And then after that, he announced this app that he's creating. It's about health optimization or training. I'm not sure exactly, but apparently he's moving away from coaching into another business, basically running an app. Now, what is also very interesting is that he went on Dave Palumbo's podcast, or he did an interview with Dave Palumbo, and basically Dave Palumbo kind of agreed with everything Fakhri is saying. Let me play this for you.
What a lot of people don't realize is when you're very busy, like I am and you are, a lot of times you'll put something up that's a goof or not, and then you forget that you put it up. And there's 4 million comments on it. And I'll have the guys who work with me, they're like, did you see what so-and-so wrote about that thing you put up? I said, no. Wrote about what? I don't even remember the post anymore because I don't read comments on anything. What the heck happened when you put up this post? Tell us about it.
Who in their right mind would actually believe that? I moved down to Florida, as you know. I bought a nice house. I live in a nice house. Always had a lot of different ideas. I'm not somebody who's just stuck in bodybuilding and just has to do bodybuilding for the rest of my life. I've done well. I have $207,000 of Stripe as of right now. And I don't know, probably like another $50,000, $60,000. I needed to find a way out, and I've tried to get out of the sport, like try to get out of coaching. I love the sport.
Why don't you want to coach? You were so good. Why don't you want to coach people anymore?
I'm 52 years old, Dave, and I work 50 hours a week.
So apparently what he's saying now is that he posted this because he's trying to retire from coaching bodybuilders. This is the way he decided to go out. He wanted everybody to hate him, so he's forced to leave because he tried to leave this sport and coaching business and he couldn't. And this is how he's going to retire. What a load of nonsense. And I'm seeing a lot of comments from you guys hating on Dave for agreeing with Fakhri, for gaslighting the people, but this is what Dave is doing. This is what he does. When he invites these guys, he says in this podcast that he actually was approached by 7 other podcasts or interviewers, and he declined all of them. He accepted Dave's invite because Dave basically probably told him that he's agreeing with him. But he still asked him all the questions that he wanted to be answered. So he still created an awesome content for us, and that's what a good journalist does. He gets the content whichever way possible. Hate him or like him as a person, as a journalist, Dave Palumbo is doing a great job. And he doesn't care what you think. He doesn't read the comments. He's there to provide the content, and he did exactly that. Nobody else could do it. He did it. And you guys go and watch the full podcast, the full interview. You'll hear everything what Fakhri is saying. Personally, I think this guy's losing it. I don't know. He's not making any sense at this point. He's saying a lot of nonsense. But there you go, guys. This is the latest turn of event. You can hear here what is going on, what is he's thinking right now, what he's saying. Next week is probably going to be something else because nobody's going to buy into this as well. So whatever, guys. You tell me down below whatever you think about this mess. All right, the next thing we got for today is a physique update, a very, very interesting and very impressive physique update from Iain Valliere, who has been retired for quite a while now. I think his last year competing was 2022 or maybe early 2023, but it's been at least like 3 years since he competed and since he officially announced his retirement. Recently, he started blasting and cruising and doing bodybuilding again, basically, and here he is right now. I believe he's like 275 in the off-season. Interestingly, this is him cruising. He's not even pushing things. He says in the caption, need to practice disposing stuff and shave. 8 weeks cruising, almost time for the next push. What do we think? Still got it or washed? In my opinion, he looks just as good as he did those couple of years ago, at this point right here. I mean, I don't know, it's just a mirror selfie, maybe, or whatever it is. It's hard to tell based on one single photo of arguably his best pose, his side chest, and also it's a mirror selfie from what I can see. So it's impossible to really gauge and tell how good he actually is. But if this is him right now, after coming back and after cruising for 8 weeks, if he starts pushing the next cycle, what's going to happen? He's probably going to blow out, man. So if he's 275 right here, I can definitely see him getting to 300, his next push. And after that, the only thing he has left to do is to actually compete. Now, I asked him an interesting question in the comments here. He didn't reply, but it was a good question. I actually asked, did you renew your IFBB Pro League membership? Because if you don't do it every 3 years, you lose your pro status. So I don't know if he did this. And we don't know if he's going to compete or not, but if he didn't prolong or renew his IFBB Pro League membership, he won't be able to compete as a pro. And if he did, that means that he's still considering it, seriously considering it. So, I mean, based on his look and based on what he's doing and asking all these questions, I think it is pretty safe to say that he's considering it seriously and that he most likely is going to step on the stage again. It's only a matter of time. I don't know if he has anything planned out, but right now he's looking great. He's looking huge. He's heavy. He's in great shape and he's cruising. So I'm pretty sure the next push phase we see him, he's going to get massive and just look grainy and gnarly. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we see this guy on the stage probably sometime next year. What do you guys think? But what if he competed this year? Could he still defeat somebody like James Hollingshead right here? Well, honestly, comparing these two side shots, side chest poses, man, I'm more impressed with Iain, to be honest, because he has that crazy width in the legs, in the arms, and so on, smaller waist as well. But I also gotta say that James Hollingshead is looking great right now. And apparently, he is competing this weekend at the Portugal Pro. And this is what he looks like right now. So when I saw a couple of other physique updates of his, I was like, he's not going to be in shape, but he can't afford to be in shape. When he gets lean enough, he loses all the size. He needs to be, in pretty bad condition in order to have his size, in order to be big enough and compete against the very best in the world. But looking at these photos from the back, I think he's actually in pretty good condition. Like the glutes are pretty lean, they're in, the hamstrings as well. Yeah, he's holding a lot of water and fat in the back, in the lower back, but it's a worthy trade-off. If he was shredded in that area, he would lose all the size and all the fullness. So I think he's nailing it for this show and for the next couple of shows. Whether he does well or does not, I think it's more about the other guys, how they're looking, and how washed James Hollingshead actually is. Because, sometimes it's hard to figure out why is he placing so low, because he still looks as good as he ever did. But on the stage, you can see that he might be losing that freshness at this point, but maybe not. Maybe he's going to come back to life this year and finally show something really impressive to these couple of stages he's doing, like Portugal and then also Tampa Pro. All right, the next physique update we got is from Regan, who is prepping right now to compete at a couple of shows this year. One of them is the Texas Pro, where he might actually have a legit chance of winning. And at this point, he's 284 pounds at 7 weeks out. His conditioning is looking better and better, and he is managing to keep the fullness, but I'm pretty sure by the time he's completely ready for the show, he's going to go down to his usual 250. I don't think he gained any size. That's the thing with Regan. He gets super fluffy in the off-season, but he still looks kind of lean. So he can accept that, he can embrace that and look like that the entire off-season. Like huge, super watery, super fluffy, but not fat and definitely not small. So when he starts dieting down and he chases that condition, he loses a lot of size. So hopefully he won't make that mistake this year, and he's going to basically do something that James Hollingshead is doing. It's too late to talk about the off-season. Yeah, if he wants to be really competitive at the best, at the highest level at Mr. Olympia, he needs a serious off-season to get up to 350. Not 300 pounds, not for a guy of his height and his frame. He needs to get to 350 like Samson Dauda, like Sergey Danilov, and some other taller guys like himself, and then diet down to 290 or 280 and compete at that weight. What he's doing right now is not a good thing, and he's going to be the best he can be considering things, but like to make that new leap in the pro league that hasn't happened to him for the past 5 years, he needs way more size. So yeah, he'll probably be down to 250, 255 with his height that's way too low for a level for a bodybuilder of this level. He's getting away because he has great shape, great genetics, great proportions, but as far as the size, he's just not there. All right, the next thing we got is something from Martin Fitzwater. He did a guest posing, and there's just this one photo circling around the internet. And here you can see what Martin looks like. And honestly, guys, there isn't much to say. We saw him recently, the other guys posing, and we saw how good his conditioning is. And it was pretty good. Here, he looks a bit softer, but he has enough time until the Mr. Olympia. And I just really hope he doesn't make the same mistake he made so many times so far. And it's probably just a dieting or peaking mistake. His coach is Stefan Kinsel, and they're still working together. Hopefully, Stefan learned something about Martin's body and his psyche as well. And they're going to be able to bring something better to the Mr. Olympia stage this year. But based on this physique update right here, he has the size, his usual size. He's not in great condition for this point, but also the lighting here is terrible, and he's actually in the off season, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, the size is there, the shape is there, it's all there. He just needs to get in good condition without losing it completely and without getting watery or soft. We'll see if he's going to be able to pull that off. All right, and finally, we got the update from the freak himself, Sergey Danilov, currently at almost 150 kilos, guys. And he's looking insane in this physique update video that he posted. He looks massive. You know, he doesn't look like he is as tall as he is or as heavy as he is. And that's the scary thing about Sergey Danilov. Like, he's alone in all of his photos, basically. The only guy that he ever takes videos with is Smaev, who is probably bigger than Sergey, at least in the upper body. So you don't really understand how big this guy is until he finally steps on the stage and dwarfs. Because he's that tall, that heavy, and just check out these poses, man. Side chest, very good, very complete. This variation of the abs and thighs, very good. Back lat spread, very good. Back double bicep, extremely good. Most muscular, insane. Yes, what I would change on his physique is I would add some sweeps to his quads. He doesn't have any sweeps. Maybe it's probably genetic. I don't think he's training wrong. Maybe he's training wrong. I don't know exactly, but definitely that's one thing that he's lacking. But other than that, he is huge. And also his back, from the back, is very good. It's actually really good for a pro bodybuilder on that level. So he's competing at a Mr. Olympia this year, and he's looking absolutely insane. He's gonna be getting freakier and freakier. I wonder how low will he go with the weight. If he's almost 150 kilos right now, will he go down to 130, 140? I don't know what is the goal, but he's definitely a freak, and he looks insane right now, guys. You tell me down below in the comment section whatever you think about this. And that is going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you soon, guys. All the best, and bye-bye.